I call the Honourable Member Charles Chevelle.
Thank you very much, Mr Chairman. Mr Chairman, I want to just begin by acknowledging the Minister and the Chair, the Honourable Chester Borrows. Mr Borrows chaired the Select Committee that heard all the evidence on this matter, and so I'm delighted that he's in the chair today. And I want to pay tribute to the way he chaired the committee. I acted as one of the two deputy chairs of the committee for the purposes of these hearings, because we heard so many submissions that we had to divide up into two subcommittees in order to do them justice. And Sir, what I want to do today is bring the debate back as much as possible to the evidence that was actually heard before the Select Committee, because we ought to be basing our decisions in respect of this debate on that evidence. Now, the point, Sir, about this particular part of the debate is that the group that is being targeted here are not the problem. As we've heard from both Tauhenare and now just from Kevin Haigh, the claims that drinking amongst under 20s is now out of control since the lowering of the drinking age is just not borne out by the evidence. And by pointing the finger at the under 20s, it detracts from the real problem, which are the heavy binge drinkers of all ages. It sends a message to all those heavy drinkers in denial about their behaviour that we've dealt with the problem, i.e. youth drinking, and so we don't need to change anything. And so that is patently wrong. The issues around binge drinking by some young people will never be solved or even helped by trying to restrict supply to 18 and 19-year-olds. If supply were the issue, then there would be many, many more young people drinking since the lowering of the age, not less. And as we've heard, again, as I say, from Tauhenare and now Kevin Haigh, that is not what the evidence shows. The issue is the culture, price, access and supervision, all issues that need to be dealt with in the next phase of this debate and hopefully will be, whether or not by way of the government bill or by way of supplementary order papers made to strengthen that bill put forward by my colleagues and me. And those proposals, Sir, really are going to need to be considered as part of the whole solution here. As my colleague Leanne Dalzale said, it's wrong to single out age in isolation. We have to deal with issues like minimum pricing and restricting the number of liquor outlets and the hours they open. All of these would have a far greater impact on the problem of our binge drinking culture across all age groups than a simple lifting of the purchase age by restricting supply to 18 and 19-year-olds. Now, Sir, I know, well, Sir, I'm being interjected on by Mr O'Rourke, who didn't participate in the Select Committee hearings, who knows nothing about the evidence, but never mind that. Let's just have grumpy and ignorant interjections.
Order. Can I just interrupt? Sorry to interrupt, member. Can I just say to members that when you're in close proximity, like we are over here on the cross benches, interjections can actually be heard through the mic and it muffles the sound. So it's the convention that when you're in that sort of position that you don't interject from that seat. I call the Honourable Member Charles Chevelle.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I know that many colleagues across the House are considering voting for a split age. Again, the evidence doesn't support the split age actually producing any positive results. The Law Commission didn't favour a split age. And another factor to consider is one that was raised earlier, I think again by Kevin Haigh. Young people in rural areas may live some distance from the nearest pub, and taxi services don't operate in those areas. A split age is essentially lifting the purchase age to 20 for all young adults in rural areas. And also, Sir, I want to say this, and I'm sure the Minister and the Chair will have a perspective on this. My partner's an ex-police officer. I've talked to him at length about this issue because he had a lot of experience in enforcing licensing matters, and he tells me that the practical realities of trying to enforce a split age would just be a nightmare for our already hard-pressed police. I don't want to put that on them. Sir, the evidence does show that we have to get tough on our binge drinking culture. There is no doubt about that. Everybody, bar the industry itself, came before the Select Committee and gave us that message loud and clear. But, Sir, the way to do that is not to single out age. not to make that the major issue, not to pretend that by stopping 18 and 19-year-olds, or at least trying to stop them from purchasing alcohol, we can make a difference. Raising the drinking age is not the way, sir. We need to keep it at 18.
I call the Honourable Member Tim McIndoe.
Thank you, Mr Chair.